Alright guys, so things are about to get very interesting in Dragon Ball Legends because we are officially in a future campaign. Now, typically speaking, we do get future right before or on the Legends Festival. And of course, the Legends Festival is going to be next month. So I think this is just a pre-buff for the Legends Festival. So let's talk about exactly what's to come for future in Dragon Ball Legends in the future. Pun intended. That was a terrible pun, but pun intended. But guys, we are officially going to be getting Zenkai Assist, not Tag Assist, Zamasu, and Rose, the green one. So this leads to a ton of possibilities. One possibility I'm very excited for is a support character, which we're going to be talking about very, very soon, which is potentially a time machine support character, because this is very possible now with supporters. So maybe a time machine Trunks or time machine Bulma. We're going to get to this in just one bit, but quickly guys, talking about future and Rose, I do have these beautiful 3D lenticular posters. I mentioned this yesterday on my video and I got a ton of sales, and I just want to say thank you guys so much. It's a buy one get one completely for free. So if you guys add one to your cart, the next one will be completely for free. You guys can add it and check it out for yourselves. Everything is linked down below. And by the way, if you guys do order today, you know, I will be shipping everything out this week by Friday. So it will get to you very, very quickly. And it's a great present. You know, Christmas is coming up. It's officially Q4. And we do got a Rose poster here as well. A Trunks poster to celebrate the future campaign. Unfortunately, some of these are already sold out all down here. And all these up here are almost sold out. So get yours while they last. Once again, it's all linked down below. But guys, back into the video. So this leads to a ton of possibilities. Honestly, it's actually pretty freaking crazy. I would absolutely love a time machine supporter character. And I know I'm starting off with the supporter characters, but I would love a time machine Bulma. Dude, how sick would that be? For example, let's just say you die and then time machine Bulma, or like your HP reaches 1%. And then Time Machine Bulma comes in and rewinds time to like you at 20% health. Nothing too crazy, but that would be so epic. That would be awesome, dude. Because honestly, these are all possibilities now, guys. All of these are possibilities. Or even Trunks, right? So that's a supporter character I would like to see. Now, in terms of Ultra characters, there's two speculations for Ultra characters. One being, of course, Sword of Hope Trunks, because we did just get the free-to-play character right now, which is the other Trunks from the movies, from the 13 movie. But honestly, and of course we do know that the free-to-play characters mostly always hint the next character, which was Future, and now we're in a Future campaign. But that free-to-play Trunks is also a hybrid character, so we could possibly be seeing a Sword of Hope Trunks, or they could hold this back for the Legends Festival. Or vice versa, they could bring out a Corrupt Zamasu Ultra character, and then we could get a, Sword of Hope Trunks for the Legends Festival. So it could either be Sword of Hope Trunks or Corrupt Zamasu, right? It's not going to be anything. It's not going to be like this little guy right here, right? Like these little side characters. It's just not going to be that, right? For an Ultra character. So this is going to be a bait right before the Legends Festival, of course, which is next month. And you know, we see some crazy baits right now in Dragon Ball Legends. They literally brought back Full Power Frieza from the 7th year anniversary, guys. Full Power Frieza, Ultra Full Power Frieza, which is arguably the best character in the game, alongside both characters from Part 2, which is Saiyan Saga Goku and Saiyan Saga Vegeta, which is crazy, all in one day. So we know there's going to be a crazy bait going on. If they're going to bring out those characters all in one day, like basically the 7th year anniversary, they brought half of the 7th year anniversary back in one day. We're about to get something pretty crazy, guys. So buckle up and comment down below how many Chrono Crystals does everybody have. So we're going to get to part 1 of the Legends Festival one bit. And you guys can read what I wrote down here to the right hand side as I go on. But as a 1% sparking, I think a little bit of creativity would be great. Zamasu with Gaozu. Gozo. I'm terrible with my name pronunciations, but this would be pretty cool. I think this is like a Dokkan artwork, but this would be a pretty fun character to bring out, right? As a tag character. So maybe this right here, as it could be either part of this campaign or part of the Legends Festival. And then for part 1 of the Legends Festival, and I wrote down right here, how sick would a part 1 Legends Festival be if we get a replica of the 6th year anniversary part 1, which was, do you guys remember how hype, how absolutely hype part 1 of the 6th year anniversary's reveal was, which was a double fusion mechanic. So we would get a double fusion mechanic, Corrupt Zamasu as a fusion mechanic character, and then a fusion mechanic character, Vegito Blue. This to me would be absolutely epic. And actually, I don't know exactly how they would do a fusion mechanic Corrupt Zamasu, because he would go into fusion Zamasu and then he has to go to Corrupt Zamasu. So don't know how that would work. But anyways, make it work, Dragon Ball Legends, because this would be the pinnacle peak of a part 1 Legends Festival. Because honestly, guys, last year the Legends Festival was part 1, especially because the characters weren't that good except for Vegito Blue. It just was it didn't feel like a Legends Festival, right? It didn't start off with like an absolute banger. Of course, we did get the transforming Vegito Blue and the transforming Goku Black to Rose, but Rose was pretty much a disappointment, and it's just a transforming character, right? And it was literally right after the part 6, or no, 6th year anniversary part 1 of the anniversary, which was extremely hype. So very hard to follow up, and it's very hard to follow up from the 7th year anniversary. So they better step things up, right? So so back to the supporters really quick, since they're officially introduced into the game. I would love a Time Machine Bulma and Trunks, number 1, or maybe a Mai, right? Maybe they could bring out a Mai for this campaign. And then, of course, for the Legends Festival, they could bring out this right here, which is a Time Machine Bulma. I think that'd be really cool. Your character dies. It's kind of like a revive mechanic, but you get like 10 to 20% health back, which is nothing too crazy, but it stops you from dying at least, right? It actually sounds a little bit broken. Okay, so I remember I was live streaming, and then somebody mentioned in my comments section while I was live streaming, it's this exact same scenario, but maybe Whis, right? So Whis can, of course, reverse time. That would be another great support character, right? So anything reversing time, I think would be pretty cool. Kind of like a Prince of Persia type scenario in Dragon Ball Legends. And I mentioned quick Prince of Persia shout out. Love that game. Grew up with that game. But yeah, guys, comment down below. What do you think about all this? Of course, he's going to buff Future in green. The only future character we have right now that's pretty much usable, right? We did just get the free-to-play Trunks, which is, he's a free-to-play character. Let's just be real, guys. I want to say Ultra Cell, right? Ultra Cell is the only really good usable character we have right now, right? And we could take a look at my in-game really quick before we wrap things up. But like Ultra Cell, and then what do we have? We have this Zamasu here. He's okay, but like Pyro Creep is going to be very real, especially right after the 7th year anniversary. And now leading up towards the Legends Festival, this character is definitely going to get Power Crept, which is already Power Crept. And then, of course, some people are going to toss up this character here, which is LF Tag. Of course, Future Trunks and Gohan. So this character is a very cool character. I love this character, but if I'm being realistic, he's definitely going to be Power Crept even more, right? After the after the Legends Festival. So unless they decide to give these guys a Zenkai, or one of these characters a Zenkai, maybe this character a Zenkai, who knows, right? We're going to be talking about like what deserves a Zenkai here as well, because we got this. This Zenkai would be pretty freaking crazy, right? LF Tag 17 and 18. A lot of people are anticipating this character. Are they the oldest characters that's an LF character here? I think so. Let me double check. Yeah. This is the oldest LF. That hasn't gotten a Zenkai yet, right? So we'll see. Yeah, guys, comment down below. What would you guys like to see for part 1 of the Legends Festival, and for, just this future campaign in general? Comment down below. I love to read your comments. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap things up, but I will record another video very soon. So stay tuned, and I'll definitely catch you guys then. Have a good one. Peace.